Under the shadow of an old oak tree, I first saw her smiling back at me. Sunset spilled like whiskey through her hair. In that dusty town, no moment did we spare. We danced on wooden porches, worn and wide, her laughter mingled with the evening tide. Hollow heart echoes down gravel roads, where my soul wanders heavy with her load. The wind whispers secrets we once knew, by the creek where wildflowers grew. Every sunset burns just like the flame of the love we lost and the dreams we never claimed. The years fell away like leaves in the breeze. Love's fiery autumn turned to winter's freeze. The cabin where we once dreamed lies bare. Windows gazing out, lost in their stare. Her scarf still hangs on that rusty nail, a ghost of color, fragile and frail. A hollow heart echoes down gravel roads, where my soul wanders heavy with her load. The wind whispers secrets we once knew, by the creek where wildflowers grew. Every sunset burns just like the flame of the love we lost and the dreams we never claimed. Now I ride these trails along with the stars, the moonlight casting shadows, healing scars. Yet in the quiet I hear the echo of her laugh, a sound that cuts my broken heart in half. Hollow heart echoes lonesome sound in this vast country where my thoughts are bound. She's the whisper in the pine, the rain's soft sigh, a memory fading under the vast open sky. Every sunset I chase, every trail I roam, leads me further yet closer to what I call home. As the dusk embraces the land and the stars take their stand, I feel her near in the heart of this wild, timeless land. Out where the oak tree shadows lay long on the gravel road, I found your scarf of faded blue neath the evening's amber glow. Whispers of the wind through the canyon calling soft and slow. Memories like dust kicked up, where did those old dreams go? But the rain forgot to fall here, leaving the earth cracked, my heart's echo clear. Underneath the vast prairie sky, I'm just a silhouette, holding on to a sun that set in a place the rain forgot. We danced on creek and wooden porches to a tune only we could hear. Now the cabin's empty, love's footprints disappear. The trail we walked is overgrown, each step a ghost of years. And the wildflowers you love, they don't bloom without your tears. Yes, the rain forgot to fall here. The creeks run dry, no reflection to peer. just a lone star fading from the night. I regret every word I never said in the lands the rain forgot. Time's a ruthless rider, gallops while we try to hold on tight. Every whisper of the past, a firefly in the night. But love, it seems, burns like an old ghost light, flickering forever in my sight. Still the rain forgot to fall here. Each drop that skips a swallowed tear. I wander through forgotten gates, a pilgrim of regret, lost in echoes of your silhouette, in the place the rain forgot. So I'll saddle up at dawn beneath the sky, too wide to mend, ride the shadow trails where our summers found their end. And if by chance the rain remembers, let it cleanse. But tonight I'm just a whisper where the rain forgets to bend.
Stood in the back of the chapel pews, wore my cleanest boots, old Sunday blues. You walked the aisle in satin white, while I hid pain behind polite. Your mama smiled, your daddy cried, the preacher spoke of groom and bride, and I just sipped my flask real slow, try not to let my sorrow show. She married someone else today, and I just smiled and walked away. No toast, no tears, no loud regret, just memories I can't forget. I let her go like a man should do, but Lord knows I still bled through. I clapped my hands, I wished her well, while dying quietly in my shed. We danced once back in 22, under fairground lights and sky so blue. She said forever, I said too, but sometimes always don't pull through. Now he holds the hand I used to kiss, and she wears pride, not cowardice. Guess he gave what I could not, a little piece, a better shot. She married someone else today, and I just stood too proud to stay. I drove off slow with windows down, let my heartache fill this town. She was my flame, she chose the rain, and I'm just learning to love the pain. So if you ask, I'll never tell. She married someone else. They threw rice and I threw smiles, but deep inside I ran for miles. She married someone else today, and I still feel her drift away. But I won't beg, I won't complain, just raise my glass to love's remains. Let her believe I'm doing fine, even if I'm breaking line by line. She's gone for good and I can't dwell, 'cause she married someone else. And I stood there like hell.
where the wind whispers secrets in a dance. You and I carved our names for eternity in that wild field where we took our last stance. With a scarf you left, all tattered and red, tied to the branch where our love stories bled. Saddle cries on a dusty trail, echoes of hoofbeats, a lonesome wail. Sunset burns just to fade away, like your voice in the winds of yesterday. Oh, this heart rides alone tonight, under stars that don't shine as bright. Now the old porch creaks with no one to know. The tales of the laughter are sweet undertow. An empty cabin keeps the cold at its heart. Gravel roads lost to the wilderness raft, where the river used to sing you to sleep. Lies the silence, so heavy, so deep. Saddle cries on a dusty trail, echoes of hoofbeats, a lonesome wail. Sunset burns just to fade away, like your voice in the winds of yesterday. Oh, this heart rides alone tonight, under stars that don't shine as bright. In the rustle of leaves I still hear your laugh, but time's a thief in a photograph. Fading trails, how they twist and they weave. Your absence is the ghost I can't leave. Saddle cries on that dusty trail, a cowboy's heart told a lonesome tale. Every sunset I whisper your name, in the hopes that my soul you'll reclaim. Yet here I ride forever astray, in the twilight of memories that won't fade away.
I left that town before the dawn, with nothing left worth leaning on. No suitcase full of hope and shame, just a man too tired to keep his name. I passed the sign, said welcome home, but home ain't where the heart is gone. So I let my name blow with the leaves, and found some peace in losing me. I don't go by that name no more, one she used to whisper for. It don't belong in mouths that lie, or die in towns where dreams go dry. Call me wind, or call me ghost, or just the man who drinks the most. But don't you speak what came before. I don't go by that name no more. They say your name holds who you are, but mine got left in an empty jar. I gave it all, I bled it true, but no one came when it was due. So now I live from camp to post, and let the silence be my hope. No one asks, and I don't tell why I flint at certain smells. I don't go by that name no more. It ain't on signs or record doors. It ain't in songs or wedding cards. Just buried deep in canyon yards. You wanna talk, then pour the rye, and maybe I recalled you like, but once it's gone, close that door. I don't go by that name no more. Names are for the ones who stay, but I've become the miles I stray. Each town I pass, I leave no stain, just stories told without a name. I don't go by that name no more. The wind might hum it lost and sore, but it don't fit this face I wear. Not since she looked and wasn't there. So call me rain or call me shore, but I don't go by that name no more. Under the shadow of an ancient oak tree, where the creek hums songs to the setting sun, we carved our names, wild hearts running free in that sacred place our love had begun. Your laughter tangled with the autumn breeze, boots lined with dust from roads we walked as one. Every whisper in the leather the story of peace in those quiet towns where our dreams spun. Oh, how those boots whisper tales at night, echoes of you in the cold moonlight. Each creak of leather, a symphony of the past, dancing with shadows that time has cast. Our love, a lonesome trail gone cold. In boots whispers our story told. Years drifted by like leaves in that creek. The old porch swing sways, empty and worn. Through dust and rain, those boots would speak of laughter faded in hearts that were torn. The oak tree stands, but the initials fade. Lone cabin by the road, where love mourns in the silence of the trails where we once laid. Only footprints and memories are reborn. Oh, how those boots whisper tales at night, echoes of you in the fading light. Each creak a leather, a symphony of the past, dancing with shadows that time has cast. Our love, a lonesome trail gone cold. In boots whispers our story told. And as the sun dips behind the hills so far, I feel the pull of every distant star. In every grain of sand, in every wind's blow, lies the sweet sorrow of letting go. Your scarf still holds a scent of spring rain, a remnant of joy, a token of pain. So let those boots whisper as I walk alone, their tales of a love that's overthrown. Ghosts in the leather walking me home under starlit skies, forever to roam. Our love, a lonesome trail gone cold. In boots whispers our story forever told. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild daisies grow, there's an old wooden porch, wearing years of the sun's glow. Found a rusty locket in the pocket of a coat left to wear no more. Whispers of her laughter drifting after, echoing across the moor. Rusty locket shut the door on the love we can't restore. Wind's a witness to the cries under vast unending skies. Memories like dust are blown through the streets we walked alone. Each sunset bleeds into the night with the ghost of you in twilight's light. We rode the trails of juniper under canopies of pine, bound by dreams and leather reins, your hand once sleeved in mine. But seasons turn as they will do, leaves and love both falling through. Now the gravel roads bear no trace, just empty space where roses grew. Rusty locket shut the door on the hearts that beat no more. Silent cabins, empty chairs, half-forgotten evening prayers. Past we paved with youthful dreams, now just linger in moonbeams. Lost our way 'neath the harvest moon,
where the nightingale sings a lonesome tune. Oh, these whispered plains know the cost of rain, every drop a tear shed in vain. And the lockets clasp like my heart won't last, just relics of a love now part of the past. Rusty locket close the seam on the portrait of a dream. Let her smile fade away in the arms of yesterday, as the stars watch and weep into memories I'll keep, riding on till end of days with her love a gentle haze. In the shadow of the oak, where our names were once carved deep, the wind whispers secrets that old wood can't keep. Underneath a half-lit moon near the creek where we met lies a worn-out saddle, ain't no rider been set. Shut the door on what used to be. Gravel roads and porch lights fading out to sea. Your scarf still hangs on the hook beside my worn out hat in the silence after sunset. Only memories come back. Now the townsfolk seldom speak of the love that we had, like a rain-washed inscription, something good turned to sad. Cabins empty where laughter danced through open doors. Now it's just a hollow echo on those dusty wooden floors. Yes, the fading light shut the door. It used to be gravel roads and porch lights fading out to sea. Your scarf still hangs on the hook beside my worn out hat in the silence after sunset. Only memories come back. In the wildlands we wandered that my heart still roams along. As the stars up above start to mimic our old fire, I realize some doors that close fuel a never-ending pie. And the fading lights shut the door, but oh, in dreams you're never far. Echoes of hoofbeats and heartbeats beneath the same old stars. Still your scarf and that old hook where past and present meet. In the quiet night the ghost of you is the shadow next to me. As the night winds call, I know I can't reclaim or restore, for the fading light shut the door. Yes, the fading light shut the door.
underneath that old oak tree, where our names were carved so deep, in a land where whispers roam free on the breeze that sang us to sleep. Your scarf, it danced a wild red flame against the vast unyielding blue, and life, it never stayed the same when under that oak I first kissed you. Oh, the oak tree sank in the riverside, roots washed away by the weeping sky. Our promises hung on a storm's cruel break. Love slipped through fingers faster than you'd think. Now the cabin stands, vacant stairs, through windows that frame the setting sun, gravel roads and the dust that shares the tales of the treaded paths we've run. An empty porch, a creaking swing, the echoes of laughter, a fading trail, the saddle's empty like the sting of a lonesome whistle, a gone rail. Oh, the oak tree sank in the riverside, roots washed away by the weeping sky. Our dreams just memories of a silent star, haunting emptiness after the dark. There's a whisper on the wind, a call so faint, in the rustle of the leaves, your gentle restraint. I wander these hills with a shadow by my side, the ghost of your touch where my regrets reside. Oh, the oak tree sank, and with it my heart, in the depths of the river, we're forever apart. But the roots, they hold the whispers of your name in the waters that flow. I'll never be the same. Oh, the heartbreak under that old oak tree, where you and the rivers both ran away from me. Out where the oak tree shadow old porch swings, I met you wild under that broad blue sky. Your laughter tangled in the jangle of my spurs, every dust-whipped trail seemed to sigh. We carved our names where the creek hugs the bend, our love as deep as roots in the thirsty ground. But even the strongest storm gets tied down. Now the winds whisper through the empty cabin's cracks, calling me to a home that's no longer mine. Rain taps like memories on the low dim roof, underneath the weight of what we left behind. Each sunset burns just to fade into night, lost in the places where your echoes are found. Heartache, like the storm, is tied down. The porch swing sways, a ghost in the silver rain. Our laughter's echo, a phantom paint, so sweet. Gravel roads were the scars of my leaving. Every step away are past retreating in defeat. Saddle worn, a scar frayed at the edges, drifting like the clouds that your smile once crowned. Love's old trails grow over nature's rebound. The wind's colder now through the cracks in the dawn. Shadows stretch where you once lay beside me. Faint sense of sage and sorrow in the air mingle like the dance we danced so wildly. Each night falls a curtain on an empty stage, fading trails where our dreams were bound to loneliness, like the storm tied down. Sometimes I think I hear your call over the ridge, a whisper caught in the clatter of a distant town. But it's just the rustle of the oak leaves, or the shiver of the cold coming down. Where are you now in the twilight's gentle sigh? I search for solace where the old oak sprawls, grasping at the storm that's now just a breeze in the silence after the last thunder's call. The prairie vast under stars that watch and frown, love bound by time, a storm forever tied down. Quietly like a scene unset in the fading light, winds carry away what's left, just a whisper of you and I. Heartache like the storm forever tied down. In the shadow of the canyon, where the oak tree stands alone, I found your scarf, the one you wore, now faded, frayed and blown. The wind whispers secrets through the branches overhead, echoes of the sweet words to me you once had said. Oh, the wind whispers low beneath the coyote's cry, where the riverbeds run dry under the vast unending sky. My heart lies buried in the rugged dusty plains, where the silent sunsets bleed and only your memory remains. These gravel roads, they twist and turn past porches old and worn, each creaking board a testament to vows once sweetly sworn. The time it rode a swifter steed took you far from these wild lands, left me roaming solo with just shadows holding hands. Oh, the wind whispers low beneath the coyote's cry, where the riverbeds run dry under the vast unending sky. My heart lies buried in the rugged dusty plains, where the silent sunsets bleed and only your memory remains. I've worn my sorrow like an old leather saddle, riding trails of solitude, too lonesome to straddle. But every gust, every storm that I weather ties me stronger, the ghost of your tether. So let the wind whisper soft, let it howl, let it moan. I'll walk these empty cabins, these forgotten roads alone, as the dusk claims the day with a deep purple sigh. I'm a shadow in the sunset with no tears left to cry, where the paths fade away in the lands you once roamed. The wind whispers your name, my heart's final home.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild daisies grow, there's an old ranch house with its porch worn low. Sunset bleeds through the boards like a slow dying fire, where our names are still carved, but the years they conspire. Oh, the wind sings through the empty cabin's call, rustling up ghosts in the autumn leaves fall. Saddle sits dusty, scarf hangs undone, under the fading trails of a long-set sun. Gravel crunches soft under lone wanderer's boots, echoes of laughter faded paths roots. Once we danced here neath the endless sky's dome, now it's just shadows and my travels I roam. The rivers still flow past the old wooden gate, but the laughter's all drowned, sealed by time's heavy weight. Rain taps like sorrow on the cold window pane, each drop a memory, each storm a refrain. Oh, the wind sings through the empty cabin's call, rustling up ghosts in the autumn leaves fall. Saddle sits dusty, scarf hangs undone, under the fading trails of a long-set sun. There's a stillness in the air, quite so deep, it's like the prairie herself's been put to sleep. In the heart of the dust, where my dreams drift away, I've learned that some loves, like the wild, just can't stay. So the wind will keep singing through that old cabin side, stirring the dust where the past might just lie. I'll ride on till the stars fade from the dawn's first light, where the abandoned ranch drifts out of sight, out of sight.
Underneath the oak, where whispers cling to shadows, your laughter once danced upon the breeze. We carved our dreams in the bark, so shallow. Now they're fading like the leaves. The porch still creaks where you swayed in your silk scarf flowing. Each blanket tone of tales untold, in the cool of evening's glow when the stars start showing. I feel your ghost, but it's the night that holds. Starry night haunts over old gravel roads, where my heart rides on but alone. Echoes of hoofbeats where our sunset won. cabin by the creek, now silent, forsaken. Windows stare blank like eyes that lost their gleam. The dusty paths we trod are overgrown, overtaken by the thorns of roses we planted in dreams. Here where rain once sang on tin roofs like a promise, now whispers secrets in a lonesome, mournful tone. Time swept you away, left me with a compass. Points to everywhere, but none of it feels home. Starry night haunts over old gravel roads, where my heart rides on but alone. Echoes of hoofbeats where our sunset once roamed. Starry night haunts, and I'm stoned. By the flickering light of the campfire's embers, I see the scars we left upon the land. As the flame surrenders like I remember, you slip once more right through my hands. Starry night haunts, oh, those trails long grown cold. Each step away stretches our bond. Echoes of love that the night air stole. Starry night haunts, but I ride on, forever carrying this heartache I've owned. Under these stars where you belong.
In the shadow of an oak, by dusty trails bend, where the sunset paints gold on an old cabin's end, I recall soft whispers from her boots in the sand, echoing softly in this wild, lonesome land. And those boots whisper secrets of a love that once was, whispers lost in the wind, like the dust they once caused. Each step away from me, under vast starry skies, leaves my heart worn and weathered where old passion lies. Now the trail's gone quiet, under skies dim and gray. Her scarf on the porch swing just flutters away. Where laughter once echoed, now only winds moan. Empty saddle beside me, I ride on alone. Those boots whisper secrets of a love that once was, whispers lost in the wind, like the dust they once caused. Now each creak of my saddle's a symphony set of dreams we once rode on, and the fall that we had. By the light of a campfire with stars overhead, I ponder old memories and the life I've led. Did the wild call her heart to roam far from our door, or was it my silence that whispered her to soar? So her boots whisper still as I tread this long path through the echo of footsteps and the aftermath. Like the rain on the roof, words unsaid haunt my dreams. On gravel roads fading, nothing's quite as it seems.
In the quiet twilight, as the day dips to sleep, her whispers and breezes across canyons deep still guide my lone heart under skies white and blue, to wander forever with the ghost of her hue. In the shade of an old oak tree, where the wildflowers used to smile at me, we carved our names, young and free, on that bark where no one else could see. The sun dipped low through leaves that spilled on a dusty road to a dream we'd build. Your scarf had danced on the southern breeze, while we swore our love beneath the whispering leaves. But now the oak tree stands so still in the silent grasp of the cold hills will. Your scarf's gone with the winds that chill, and I'm just a shadow, lonesome and still. Years rolled by like thundering trains. Love's sweet summer turned to autumn rains. That old porch swing, it sways alone, singing creaks in a tune of its own. The cabin's empty, the fire's died down, gravel roads lost beneath weeds overgrown, where once your laughter filled the air, now just echoes of despair. But still the oak tree stands so still, guarding old dreams that the night can't kill. Your scarf's lost in a past that chills, and I'm just a shadow, lonesome and still. Sometimes a heart can travel miles in the quiet look of a fading smile, but every sunset that paints the sky is just another goodbye. Yes, the oak tree stands profoundly still under heavens that time can't fill. Your scarf of memory faded and frail, and I'm forever a cowboy, lonesome but will ride these trails quiet and shrill, where the oak tree stood and stands still. In the valley where the cottonwoods remember, my love carved her name on a forgotten old oak. Underneath the sky's ember, we promised forever. Her shadow mingled with mine, neither of us spoke. The wind was our witness, whispering through the grass. As the sun dipped low, our love was cast.
Oh, his shadow stood still on that dusty graveled road, where the echoes of her laughter once filled the air. Now I roam like a ghost in the places we once roamed. In the silence all I find is her absence there. Years drift like tumbleweeds over old trails. The cabin by the creek stands quiet and forlorn. Her scarf still hangs on a rusty old nail, a faded fragment of the days now torn. The porch creaks under steps of solitude, where once we danced to life's sweet tune. His shadow stood still on that dusty graveled road, where the echoes of her laughter once filled the air. Now I roam like a ghost in the places we once roamed, and the wind carries whispers of a love now spared. Oh, how the rains came down like sorrow from above, washing away the tracks we made side by side. Yet in every storm I searched the clouds for our lost love, hoping the raindrops speak of where her love resides. His shadow stood still, but mine's cast long and thin on paths unwalked and sunsets growing dim. If I could ride back to where our world began, I tell her I still see her in every shadow, every span. Yes, his shadow stood still as I journeyed to fulfill the promise of a love time cannot kill.
Out where the creek bends past old Josie's farm, I found her scarf dancing in the breeze. It swirled like whiskey in a weathered glass, 'neath oaks that whispered secrets through their leaves. We'd watch the sunset gentle, closing her eyes, orange skies bleeding into purple night. Her laughter mingled with the cricket song in that fading light. Everything felt right. The sunset closed her eyes the day we said goodbye. Now every twilight sings a lonesome wayward sigh. The wind's a solemn tune that rides the dusty plains, carrying her voice, bringing back the pain. Now the porch swings, sways, but it's empty as the dawn echoes of footsteps like ghosts in morning fall. Where we once walked, gravel roads now lead nowhere. Trails we blazed are overgrown, as if we were never there. The saddle sits untouched, the horses wander free. Life moves on past cabins full of dreams. Yet in my mind I roam those rooms again, searching for the love, the life that might have been. The sunset closed her eyes the day we said goodbye. Now every twilight sings a lonesome wayward sigh. The wind's a solemn tune that rides the dusty plains, carrying her voice, bringing back whispers of the rain. Against old window panes I hear her name, a solitary figure by the gate. A cowboy's heart knows it's too late. The sunset closed her eyes, and so must I, to dreams of yesteryears under vast unending skies. But her shadow in the dusk, always by my side. The sunset closed her eyes, and part of me died. With every setting sun I feel again, the sunset closed her eyes. The night descends.
Underneath the twisted oaks, by the bend where the creek fades, I found your scarf, a whisper light caught on a bramble's jagged blade. The sun was a low, mournful red, painting sorrows in shades so deep. In that silent glade where once we laid, now just shadows that weep. As the creek fades, so do those days, caught in the currents of old. The laughter we shared now echoes beneath the trees so stark and cold. And I wander on through dusk to dawn, with your memory my silent guide, like a ghost on the wind where the creek bends, where our love did once abide. Cabin's empty, the porch swings lone, the gravel road long untrod. Your laughter's gone with the fading dawn. The fields now quietly sod, where once rang our steps through corridors of green. Now only the call of a distant owl in the night serene. As the creek fades, so do those days, caught in the currents of old. The laughter we shared now echoes beneath the trees so stark and cold. And I wander on through dusk to dawn, with your memory my silent guide, like a ghost on the wind where the creek bends, where our love did once abide. The saddle sits dusty, the reins hang loose, the echoes of our past tied as the noose. But in my dreams I ride the trails where you ride beside, through storm, through wind, where the creek fades on that endless ride. As the creek fades like the last light of day, my heart knows no reprieve. You're a song sung once in a world gone hush, 'neath the stars that gently grieve. So I wander on, a shadow at dawn, 'neath skies vast and wide, forever by the bend where the creek ends, where our love will always reside. In the silence the creek whispers tales as the oak leaves gently wave. A cowboy sings into the wind, his heart the land will save.
On a porch where the oak trees keep whispering low. I left my love in the soft morning glow. Wind chimes dance to a song of despair, while the storm in the distance watched with a stare. Her scarf on the railing, faded and worn, twisting like the feelings in the storm we had borne. Oh, the storm watched me leave through the gates of dawn, under skies torn with grief, where our love was drawn, across the lonely trails where the wild shadows weave. I ride with memories, the storm watched me leave. Cabin stands empty on Bluebell Ridge line. Its door swings soft in the sigh of the pine. The gravel road's covered with years of the rust. Each step is a memory, each breath a gust. She's gone like the sunset, it bleeds in the west, leaving silence and dust where her footsteps once pressed. Yes, the storm watched me leave with my heart strung tight, past echoes of laughter swallowed by night, on paths overgrown where we once dared to dream. Her voice in the winds, the storm watched me leave. Under the vast sky, the truth starts to clear. All I've lost grows as distant as it once was near. But the ache in my heart finds no reprieve in the haunting embrace of what I can't retrieve. So the storm watched me leave, and it watches still as I wander these hills with a cowboy's will, through the rain's soft curtain where my thoughts deceive, ever looking for peace as a storm watched me leave, forever looking for peace, while the storm watches me.
Out where the oak tree shadows weave, along the creek where I told you to leave. The gravel cracked on your boots so worn, there in the dusk of that early morn. Your scarf had danced a farewell in the breeze, left me alone with my memories. Lost trail remembers the echo of your laughter. Sunset bleeds like it knows what I'm after. Dust settles where your shadow fell. These winding paths, they sure feel like hell. Every stone, every thorn's an old friend on this lonely ride that never seems to end. The porch still creaks, but it's empty now.
The door swings loose with a solemn vow. Rain taps on the windows, a sad old tune. Under the watch of a cold silver moon, the saddle hangs untouched, it's true, just like the heart you broke into. Lost trail remembers the echo of your laughter. Sunset bleeds like it knows what I'm after. Dust settles where shadow fell. These winding paths, they sure feel like hell. Every stone, every thorn's an old friend on this lonely ride that never seems to end. What's left of love when the fire burns out? Just ash gray skies and a heart full of drought. But that old pine box where dreams lay to rest keeps you alive, pounding deep in my chest. Lost trail remembers, I would never forget the laughs, the tears, and those sunset regrets. I walk these roads beneath stars overhead, with you my ghost and the words never said. Every step, every sigh's a desperate plea on this lonely trail where you're still with me.